Welcome to the Kai K Show. Here's we speak up on it. Back y'all, Wealth Wednesdays or Wednesdays Wealth, however you want to say it. And we're back up this short intermission. Remix.
Speak up on the remix. Y'all heard it first. I'm gonna speak up on it.
Hey man, it's called growth. You know
Growth.
what I'm saying?
Right,
That's what it's
right.
called growth.
Got to
What's
get
happening,
bigger.
fellas? How y'all doing today?
All right, how you doing?
All is well, brother. All is well.
Hey man, look here. As usual, man, we back on Wealth Wednesdays. We come to y'all Monday through Friday at 6:30. We try to get it to you about 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if we don't get on time, just hold fast. Shit, we'll be on.
We'll be there. We'll be there. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Players fuck up. You know, that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? At the bottom of the screen, you got their wealth of knowledge down there. You know what I'm saying? That's how to subscribe to the channel with different ways to get to the channel. Conscious Creative Concession. That's my personal business, LLC. We help you repair business, build business, and business credit, and show you a strong, structured way to financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. And then we have my brother D Mac down there will help you with some life insurance and get yourself situated with your friends and family of such, so you don't have to be doing GoFundMe's and shit when you're asked on your demise or on any one of your people's demise. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that
Absolutely.
go. Yeah,
Absolutely.
The
but
only
yeah,
the only thing I'm on here to help you with is kiddie pools and baby oil. That's all I.
yeah. And coming out his own, we're about to bring out his own brand too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, fuck that Johnson and Johnson, goddamn.
Right. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we can
have
put
some good shit.
yeah, you got the T hemp version of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hemp lube.
Got that hemp oil in it.
Yeah.
You know
Boy.
what I mean? Straight hemp oil. Yeah. What's up with y'all? T hemp, what happened in basketball
So
here
let's go,
recently?
let's go to yesterday since this ended like when we were done. So the Miami Heat played the Washington Bullets. They're going to be the Washington Bullets, just like the San Diego Chargers will be the San Diego Chargers until motherfuckers win some games. Uh, they played yesterday a non-overtime game, which means there was no defense played. Miami won 150 to 129, 150 to 129. Neither one of these teams played any damn defense whatsoever. But the
Zero.
biggest story was Bam Adebayo had 83 freaking points yesterday.
83.
8 3 for all y'all that went to Minetta. 8-3.
Hey, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points, dog. I
That's a
don't care
lot.
how you
That's
chop
half
that shit.
that's half of their points.
Right. Because the
Yeah.
rest of the team only scored 67
Yeah.
or something like
Now I didn't watch the game because it's not like I go looking for Washington Bullet versus
that.
who he
Exactly.
play for, Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I don't
played.
go looking for those type of games, and they don't just actually flash across my screen. So
No.
but I heard I was today. Of course, that's what everybody was talking about. So I kind of heard what it was. But so TM, how did he acquire those 83 points majority? I mean,
A
this
lot
is
of
supposed to be
that. Let me see if I can remember back. He was
what's the
20 of
breakdown?
23 field goal shooting, 7 of 22 from the 3 point line.
He shot 22 3-point line, three
Yes,
pointers.
shot 22 3 pointers and only made 7.
What position he play again?
He is a 4. He's more of a power forward.
Four. He's a four.
Uh, he's like an in between 3 and 4
Yeah.
on the team. He shot a gang of free throws. I'm trying to
Four,
put his free throws.
44 if I'm correct.
So yeah, so he made what
43. I'm sorry, 43.
36 or 43.
36 or 43 from the free throw line.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's not that's an achievement. Shit, bet Shaq couldn't do it.
yeah. 31 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
31 points in the first quarter.
So now we got two groups of haters that I want to talk to right now. Two groups of haters. One group of haters are those that were on ESPN saying that the Miami Heat ought to be ashamed of themselves for scoring this many points, for giving them the ball, yada 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 yada. Hey, play some fucking defense. How about that? How about the Washington Bullets play some damn defense? to my understanding, they hacked the shit out of him in the second quarter, so he shot a gang of second quarter free throws. The game wasn't out of reach then.
Nope.
So it's not like they beat him by 50 points.
And so what they went to the hacker shack to try to
Went to
slow
the
him
hack
down or something?
shack and you know, so hey, he did what he was supposed to do. He made free throws. That's what you fucking do at 6 o'clock in the morning at Temple University. You go and you shoot free throws for an hour. That's what you do.
That's
All
what
right.
you do.
Now, the other group of people I want to talk to are you fucking Kobe fans. I hate you, Kobe fans. I hate y'all like I hate the Dodgers. Y'all think Kobe is God's gift to the world of basketball. Let me tell y'all something. Kobe wasn't the person that had the highest score ever in the NBA. Wilt Chamberlain was. All right? Do your history. Know your history. All right? So Bam beat Kobe out. Get over it. Kobe got over it. Y'all get over it.
Ain't that a bitch? Kobe got over it. That's fucked up. Hey man, look, man, they don't want none of Kobe's legacy to be tarnished, man. Or withered. You know what I mean? He was holding that one Laker right behind another, dog. That's what they was holding on to. Dog.
It wasn't and they messed it up by saying somebody said it on TV. It broke Kobe's record. It wasn't Kobe's record.
It was never
Ain't
Kobe.
Kobe
had what, 81, huh?
Kobe had 81. He was number 150.
Right.
Neither one of these two are close to Wilt's record.
Wilt had as many points as he had bitches. He had some points that night.
Right. According to Wilt, times 10. Times 10. Shit.
Times 10. Times 100.
Kobe fans, get over yourselves. Get over yourselves.
You know what though? Trip this, and this is my opinion on that. When nobody have nothing to say or be talking shit, if that was Steph, that scored 83.
Right.
I bet you that. Nobody would be talking shit if that was Steph that hit them points. Or even a KD or something like that. You know, they're not respecting Adebayo's game. And yeah, he shot a hell of a lot of free throws, but he wasn't fouling himself.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, his fault he was on the fucking line.
Yeah, this is true.
Fucking shit. He did what he had to do last night. He scored a gang of fucking points.
Right.
You know, and that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Let's think about it. How many 36 free throws? If he don't make a lot of them free throws,
they don't win.
They don't win the game.
They don't win.
You know? It's just like
so all of that talk about shame on them for scoring that many points. Don't you go into the game? Don't you play every sport that you play to score as many points as you can?
Right. You know, it's like in baseball.
On every game.
Yeah. It's like baseball. They tell you could be down 2-0 in the ninth inning, the guy pitching a no-hitter, you can't bunt. Now, I'm trying to win the fucking game. What the fuck y'all talking about? Or if you got 10-0 lead, you can't steal second base.
Shit. I'm still in second and third.
Yeah, kiss my ass, sugar.
All right, well, shit, you know. Well, shout out to Adebayo, right? Yeah, shout out to him, man, for scoring that many points in the game. I'm surprised it don't happen. I'm surprised it really don't happen more frequent with seeing everybody jacking up so many goddamn threes. Anyways,
right.
And so shout out to him, man, and because he ain't. But to take 22 goddamn 3-pointers, god, man, that's a lot.
I ain't never know. You know why it don't happen a lot, Kybe? Because people be wearing that shit that SGA be wearing to the games, that old tight yellow, mustard, brown, yellow shit to the games.
You mean that?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, SG. Hey, man, look, man.
Get himself out before he got to the game.
Somebody thought SGA was styling him, but fat. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
For who?
Yeah.
Looking like a Chico stick.
Yeah, he was styling and profiling, man. You know, shit. That's not. Hey, got a mustard suit to go with a mustard belt. You know what I'm saying? Shit, some mustard socks.
Look like Picasso took some dog shit and spreaded that shit all over his
Got
ass.
a mustard cape. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I mean?
But the shoes kill me though. It's the shoes that kill the whole thing.
They couldn't find the mustard kicks now. Come on.
Hey, but they look like Buster Brown shoes, or they all thick in the front. Like he
That's
kicked the
right.
fuck out of somebody with them.
All right, D Mac, what happened in NFL before we get to Wealth Wednesdays?
The Ravens picked up Trey Hendrickson, signed him to 4 years, 120. So he got 30 a year.
So that's a replacement for losing out on Max Crosby. For you guys that don't know, Max Crosby failed his physical,
Absolutely.
and
So they say.
and like I said yesterday, they was gonna
Yeah,
pick up Trey.
they had to pull the trigger there. So they did that. Kyler Murray got released by Arizona today, finally.
Finally,
Yeah, they knew they were going to do that, but today was official on that.
what pick are they in the draft?
Is Arizona?
Yeah,
Um, hmm,
top 5.
yeah, at least in the top 6 or 7
Okay,
for sure.
think they going after quarter? Gonna get the quarterback from Alabama?
Mm,
Tyler,
I'm-
what's his name? Simpson.
yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Well, they don't have no quarterback now, do they? Or they gonna go stick with the backup, Brissett?
What's his name?
Brissett?
Wasn't bad.
Brissett.
Yeah, Brissett wasn't
That's a
bad.
good- That'd be a
He
good
definitely
start.
ain't bad. He beat the Cowboys twice. Shit.
Yeah, so you don't need to pick one up in the first round. You know, you
Yeah.
pick one up a little later where they supposed to be anyway.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, that might be the case. Bring somebody else along. They had to get Murray out of their locker room. It just wasn't a good fit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see, and the Cowboys traded uh, whatever your defensive lineman defensive lineman with it's an African name. I don't want to butcher it.
Olo.
Yeah, I don't want to butcher the man's name,
Yeah.
but they traded him to San Francisco for a second round pick in this draft.
Arizona's
Oh, wow.
got the third pick in the draft.
Okay, so they right there. They're right there. If the Raiders so happen they don't pick up Mendoza, which I doubt because they got rid of Gino gone now, so
Yeah, they gonna pick up
they
Mendoza.
locked in.
Yeah,
I think that's a waste myself.
it's
Shit.
it's bad. It's a you know what? It's a Raiders pick, dude.
Yeah, it's a waste to pick though.
It's a Raiders. Are most of theirs?
No, yeah. It's no wonder them motherfuckers lose every goddamn year. Yeah, I said it, Raider fans. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And even as long as we've not been in the Super Bowl, it's been that much longer since y'all won one too. Shit.
Exactly.
Hey, like I said before, ever since old boy went to Mexico, ain't been the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Things ain't been the same.
we all in that same boat. Shit.
I'm gonna say, they don't get no rewards for second place.
Many damn years.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't get no reward for second place. You either win it or you don't. Goddamn it.
They Larry Fitzgerald say he ain't never put on his NFC championship ring. Ever.
Right. Shit. I wouldn't even put the banner up in the damn thing. NFC Championship. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
But
Yeah.
that's like the colleges putting up a Final Four when you didn't win a championship.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they get to cut down. They get to take the net home.
Yeah, you cut down something.
Yeah, they get to take the net home. You know, get into the dance or whatever.
I'm gonna bring back the cancellation game. The 3 and 14 play against each other. You got to be old school to remember the cancellation.
Man, you got to be old.
The consolation game in the Final Four.
Oh man, shit. Now this is some old shit, huh? Okay. All right. Let's buy it into it. We got Wealth Wednesday, people. Hey, get excited about this. Get excited about this. This is what we talking about. All right. So look. All right. So we said every Wednesday we were gonna help people out here. We're gonna try to train your mind, get you focused on what matters, right? And one thing that does matter, I tell everybody all the time, is your credit. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit in this world if you don't have um, credit. Yeah, good or decent credit. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, it's never too late. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. It's not too late to start or too early to start. The earlier the better. But for those of you guys that's on the freight train, the time is now, right? We don't want to be left in the dark anymore about what's important and how to get things done. You know, if you lived in any portion in your life and you get to a certain and you had never owned anything or had never had anything that you could, use for your credit, the time is now. Let's get it done, right? And it's
Absolutely.
not always about necessarily owning real estate or property because some people choose to be renters, and that's cool too. But in order, I always tell people, don't use your money, use somebody else's, and credit is the way to do that,
There
right?
you go.
Always leverage other people's resources rather than using your own. You know what I mean? Put your shit somewhere else. Let it put it in a high yielding uh, fund or something. So let it accumulate some interest and shit like that. But use other people's shit to obtain the things that you want, because that's how the world works today, right?
Yep.
Troy, what kind of debt is America in? United States in?
more
Trillion.
than more money than I can shake a stick at.
All right,
Trillion.
right, and they're in the
Trillions.
trillions, right? And so
Trillions.
what? So how do you think they got that debt, right?
Because people
Right,
keep giving them money when they ain't got none.
and they still thriving, aren't they? Still
Yes. Nope.
thriving. Everybody wants to come here to make a living, right? That's
That's
why
right.
ICE chasing all these motherfuckers around.
Only in America.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's why ICE trying to chase all these motherfuckers up out of here because they coming here to try to, you know, make a living, become
Land of the free, home of the brave.
right, all that. But anyway, so just a little bit tip tap. Uh, we talked about what Wednesday, and I told you guys that there's a difference between your credit score and your credit profile. What's more important, or what is any of them important, or are they at equal importance to each other? And I would just tell you, your profile is what people look for more than your score. I can actually make a person have a 750 credit score and not really have nothing on their credit. All it is attaching you to somebody who has a strong trade line, and your score will go up. But the banks and the creditors and the lenders are very sharp now. So what are they doing? They're looking at your profile, right? They want to see how's it structured, right? Does it have any substance into it? And what is that? What do I mean when I say that? They want to know the different types of how long you've been, um, you know, borrowing money and paying it back, so to speak. We talk about credit cards, and we talk about revolving lines of credit, or we talk about installment loans, like when we go purchase a car, or you have a home loan, or some type of personal loan with the bank. Those are installment loans, right? So
Hmm.
the credit mixture, even though that it only counts for 10% of your credit, it actually is what they're actually looking for. And when it comes to trying to accumulate that 550 points between 300 and 850, that's 550 points, trying to get to that perfect score, which is 850. You can get 300 points by just signing, trying to establish your credit. That you get that automatically. That's automatic. That's a given. But you got 550 points that you're trying to accrue um, to try to get a perfect score. And you don't need a perfect score by any means to be successful. If you have some, because you got people who got 750 credit scores and still can't borrow
Can't get
shit.
shit.
Still can't get shit. No substance. Like I said, I can make your score. I can get your score up to 750 or higher just by add some trade lines onto your credit. That would make your score go up, but you don't have no substance to it, and you don't have no years of experience of borrowing and paying back money. Um, years, and 2 years seems to be the thing. 3 years would be better, but 2 years is when you really start being able to get those high credit card limits, like $40,000 limits and stuff like that. And those are considered high limits. Anything 40 and up is high limit credit cards,
So
right?
so Kai, explain to them what a trade line is.
Trade lines are with the creditors that every time you go out and you obtain a credit card, right? That's considered a trade line. On your credit report, it will say Credit One or Capital One or whatever, and it
Right.
will tell them the limit that your credit that they've given you for credit, and it will show the history in which how long you when you started, and how long you've been on it, and how long you've been successful. Like you have no 30-day lates or no
Mhm.
collections, no stuff like that. You didn't close it out, whatever. So that's what a trade line is. You trade line, and generally, the higher the trade line limit is, meaning how much they've allowed you to borrow or given you, is what they look at, and when they're considering on giving you, your limit or whatever. So if you have a lot of high trade lines, that you've been borrowing and paying back for over some number of years, generally you wouldn't have no trouble getting other higher trade lines from other companies because you show some consistency and without any derogatories on your credit report, right?
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm saying the way you structure your credit, more so than just having a high credit score, is the difference. Like I say, you don't really need much to have a high credit score, but you do have to. Your credit score does have to have some substance, and that's the different types of loans, right? So that's what we want to do. So, like I said, we're going to get into this more and more and more as we start getting more and more people in here and start asking questions later on down the line. I'm just trying to give you a basic synopsis of what to look for or how to do stuff if you're trying to do it yourself, right? Because that's really the thing. If you don't want to do it yourself and you want to find somebody to or pay somebody to do it for you, I'm your man, all right?
Right.
You just go to Conscience Creative Concession or K Harrison at ccreativeconcession.com and send me, and I can help you get started with doing that. But and I'll put that on the bottom of the screen before I get up out here. But anyways, um, so that's the thing. Because a lot of things people also too, inquiries, right? I want to touch on this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Inquiries when you're if you're applying for a lot of cards in a short period of time, they can count against your credit, even though they say I think it's what is it, 5%, 10%. Hold on, what is that? 10%, I think. Um, counts against your credit score. 1 second here, 1 second here, 1 second here. Booyah, 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 booyah. Here we go. 10%. All right, 10%. Okay, 1 second. Somebody trying to get in the door. All right. So inquiries. That's when you're trying to, if you're applying for a lot of credit in a short time space, right? This account against your credit. Now inquiries are not hard to remove. You don't want to remove inquiries that people have already given you credit cards. So if you went out and applied for a Capital One card, Credit One, Discover, with Discover and Capital One are the same now because they bought them. But if you go out and get a card from them, the inquiry will occur on your credit report. They've given you a card, yay or nay. If they positively said, okay, we're going to give you a credit card and low credit limit, whatever it is. You don't want to remove those because if you have those removed, they will cancel out your card. All right, so you don't want to remove those. You only want to remove the ones that you've been denied for. Those are the
All
ones
right.
you want to remove. Yeah, those count. Those count a little bit more against your credit. All right, so that's another thing. Put this up here real fast again. Um, Once again, also, so we was talking about different types of loans. For we say we're talking about installments versus revolving lines of credit. You can have a bunch of credit cards on you, and you can have high limits, and you still will have trouble buying a house. If you're, remember I told you last week we talked about how they're now looking into your bank accounts, right? The new credit tiers, the FICO 10T, is where they're looking into your bank accounts to see and if you have any NSFs, right? If your bank account has been ever below a certain amount, low limit. What else?
So
If you were on check
like,
systems or ever
that's
bounced
kind of
checks.
like debt to income ratio type of thing.
Yeah, because see, banks have their own internal score too, right? And that's what a lot of times what they're looking at now is the internal score that banks are giving you, right? So they're basing that, a large portion of them are the big companies like Chase and American Express, and Apple and stuff like that, which is Goldman and Sachs. They're looking at um, your your bank score too, right? To determine how much they want to, uh, give you as far as credit is concerned, right? So
Okay.
I'll tell you right now. So we was talking about Plaid. I mentioned Plaid, right? My.plaid.com is where now if you've ever signed up to Cash App, um, what else is another one? If you have an American,
Venmo.
yep, all
That's
those where you have to, if you ever have any type of a TurboTax, if you receive TurboTax, any type of um, what's the other one that they're using now? I can see it. I can see the color. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, it'll come to me. But they're using Plaid as a third party system to whereas you sign up for it and they're attaching your bank accounts, so they're able to look at your bank accounts to see, um, whether you have these NSF and or you own check system or you bouncing checks or if your bank balance is below a certain amount, and if you don't want to have them, we always say we want them to know what we want them to know and not everything that we know. So if you go in there and you sign up for Plaid and you go in there and they'll show you how many accounts you have attached to them and what people can actually see. And you want to take off all the ones that you don't want people to see, right? So if you have, things happen. Everybody, don't take care of business the same, and that's what we're trying to help you do. Um, get into a mindset to where you're taking care of things and not ignoring them just because you don't want to deal with them. Don't do that. Don't do that. And actually removing these things so that you can allow them to see what you want them to see and not everything that you have. And so you can go in there and you can be able to see, because sometimes if you had multiple banks and bank accounts, they'll all be on there. You know, and
Mhm.
and you want to remove some of the ones that you don't want them to handle. All right, so that's it for that portion of Wealth Wednesday as far as the credit, and we'll have some more next week. DMAC, what you got for them about this? Just kind of reiterate what you went over before for the ones that didn't hear about the life insurance.
Yeah. I know we coming up on that time. So let me just tell a quick story,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll end it there. So I had a friend a couple years ago. Give me a call and ask about insurance. For her, and she even wanted to do some policies on her kids, her kids as well. One was a teenager, one was about 20 years old and stuff. So we just kind of talked about um, how all of it works, paying into it, what she could use it for. Uh, she could kind of kickstart their retirement fund, or use it, if they need something for school, or stuff that you can borrow from it like that, and or just pay for it over time until they can pay for it themselves, and then they can really jump in and kickstart their retirement with the cash value portion of it and things like that. So we, kind of broke everything down. She liked the concepts and everything, and she's like, okay, well, I'm working on buying this, you know, buying another rental property and stuff. But as soon as I get done with that, um, I'm gonna, come back to you, and we're gonna take care of these policies. Um, and I touch base with her every now and then. Hey, what's going on? This, that. She would update me and stuff. It wasn't like she was blowing me off or anything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, during this waiting period, um, her youngest son, 18-year-old, passed away in a car accident.
Wow.
Him and his girlfriend were in a bad car accident. They both passed away, and obviously she was
Yeah,
devastated
of course.
and distraught about that, about losing your child. But when we kind of the dust settled afterwards, and we talked, she was like, "Oh my God, I wish I wish I would have just got that policy for him. Yeah, I had the money. This is her speaking to me. Yeah, I had the money to do the funeral and stuff, but it really hit me hard, you know, um, to have to come out of my own pocket when, I could have been just paying a little bit per month and gotten all of that stuff taken care of. And the moral to that story is you don't know when, right? And
Never.
then and it wasn't, you know, the worst thing you're ever gonna have to do as a parent is bury your child, right? And or deal with the loss of your child, no matter how old they are. But he was 18 years old, getting ready to go. He was either in his first year of college or all of that stuff, man. And she was all in on it. It wasn't like she didn't like it, or I don't think we need it for the kids. It wasn't like that. It was just um, let's call it a procrastination,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up, it just hit hard. Let's just put it that way. So um, I know I say it's a morbid thought to have that type of policy on your kids, but you just can't think of it as it being morbid. It's life. It's what we're all going to. It's just a matter of when, right? And we don't know what God's plan is. So um, I don't care if you're. We can do newborn all the way, to 75 years old. We can do policies on people, So
What's the maximum for the newborn? Because I'm sure they don't have a large amount on newborns, right? Like they can only, what is it? I see some of these places they say like 10,000 or something as far as.
see, and no, that's not a maximum,
Okay.
um, because depending on how you're telling your agent you want to structure it. You could just say, hey, I want to put $100 a month away because I'm also going to be using this as their college fund when they're 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the real rule is that the insurance carriers want the parent to have double the death benefit as the child.
Okay.
Okay, so if if that $100 gets you 100,000 on the child, which it'll get you way more than that. Just know that because kids get insured for you. Your insurance rates go up as you get older. So anyway, so if the child has 100,000 on them, they want the parent to have 200.
Mm.
And all of that stems back from sick ass people out there getting big policies on their kids and then um, unaliving them themselves. You understand? So
It happens. No, trust me, it happens. Shit.
right. So they cut that loose by making sure that the parents have have insurance on themselves, and that's not going to stop that crime from happening.
Right.
However, they do make sure that the
Yeah, it gives it some substance at least
parent
anyway.
has some
Mm.
on them as well. And the commercials you guys see with the 10,000 and stuff like that. Um, that's it's for one, it's advertising. Yes, you can get a $10,000 policy. It's not gonna cost you a lot of money. Most of those are either whole life policies or term policies. Which
Mhm.
getting a term policy on a child is the probably most unintelligent way to go when it
Mhm.
comes to um, life insurance because they're more than likely going to outlive the term,
Mhm.
and then your money's gone. So you're gonna look at either doing a whole life policy or a universal life policy, and what I'll do next week is we'll flash the difference between those, so
Okay.
so that's kind of understood.
Yeah, we'll put some numbers up or charts up, maybe.
Yeah, we'll put some charts up so I can just kind of show you the differences. It's not a lot of differences, but the differences that are there are substantial from a cash value point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So that all I'm saying is people don't wait it because you can spend $25 a month on an infant child and have about 25 to $30,000 of insurance on them, you know, and no, you're not trying to have a windfall over your child's death, but you do want a proper burial, funeral, and things like that as well. So.
Absolutely. And so I'm putting his information right there.
Yeah, y'all shoot me an email if you want to, talk it through. Everybody's scenario is different. People ask, how much should I get, and those types of things, and we're gonna have to have some conversation about that and what you're trying to accomplish with covering it.
I
With,
think I put police. D-Mac, hold on, my bad. He ain't the police. Hold
Life
on.
insurance police.
Yeah, he ain't the police, goddamn. He the policy. My bad, fellas.
That's
All right,
funny.
look, people, look, stop bullshitting, stop wasting time with that shit, for real. Y'all
Yeah,
know everybody think they got forever in a day. You do not. You
and
never fucking know. We got a
and
kid from Colorado that just lost his life 2 weeks ago in a single car crash, going
loss
back
is
to school.
and real quick, folks. Depending on the carrier that you go to,
Mm-hmm.
um, you have some carriers you have to pay a certain amount of time before your death benefit actually kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deal with those companies. The companies that I deal with, from pay one, your death benefit is intact, the
Right.
entire thing. You make one payment and something happens to you, or something happens to your spouse, or something happens to your child, that whole death benefit is paid out.
Yeah.
One
And
payment.
yeah, don't fuck around and bullshit on that. I'm telling y'all now, you
Yeah.
make that your next priority.
Yeah.
Stop procrastinating, bullshitting, paying other shit that hey, you pay for insurance on your damn car, but won't put insurance on your life. It makes no
Hey,
fucking sense at all.
hey,
Right?
it'll cost you one happy hour or a sack of weed. Come on now.
Exactly. Shit.
Come on.
Well,
Stop playing around.
Come on.
since we want to look at it that way,
Hey, bro, that's just real shit.
Look here. You want to get high today, don't
you high, Craig.
it'll cost
you?
you
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
it'll cost you an eighth for y'all that don't. Y'all know what I mean.
Uh, All right, D Mac. We at the half an hour mark. Tomorrow is Thursday thoughts. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all.
Yes, sir.
And hey, look here. And there's another thing. As far as I talked to credit, I talked about getting. I'm gonna talk about debt on the next. They ain't coming up because we still got a few more credit things I'm gonna discuss with you. We're gonna talk about how to get out of debt, how to break down your debt, ways to do it. I can even at some point we'll get to when we start getting members. I'll put the shit up on the board and
Right,
show
right,
you
right.
guys how you break it down and how you slowly get out of this shit. You know what I mean? Because and keep your shit um, on a level to where you can still obtain some other things. You know what I mean? So I'll show you how to do it. It's always tricks to the trade. If you don't know the rules to the game, can't play it. That's all I tell people all the time. If you don't know the rules, cannot be successful in playing the game. I don't give a fuck what it is.
That's a
It's like
fact.
no house is built without any foundation. You have a foundation structure to build this credit too, and also businesses. And if you don't have an LLC, you need to get one. Trust me, get one because
Absolutely.
you can be using your business credit and not even touching your personal credit to obtain everything. My cars, everything's in my business name, right? You don't need to put your credit don't need to be online for nothing. It can solely be off to itself, just doing what it do, just holding to and using it as leverage or collateral, or like they said, assistance to help you get other shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what you need to do. People, this some real shit. You know what I mean? I ain't just talking it. I've lived it. So guys got to start getting focused on, start understanding, conditioning your mind, how to be, get your finances in order. And it's never too late, because that shit is stressful. Trust me. Shit is stressful when your shit ain't in order and you don't know how to do shit.
That's facts.
Yeah, so
Facts.
and, you don't need to be stressed. Really, it's not that complicated. It's not that hard. Real talk. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's sit here. Let's see. What else we got? Okay. All right. So tomorrow's Thursday thoughts, right?
Yes.
Mac, what you got for him? You got some?
Yeah, got a little something for him. So I think I said this, probably early in our podcast. So, but it's worth saying it again.
Mhm.
The thought of the day is paying attention doesn't cost you anything, but not paying it could cost you everything.
Cost you everything.
There it is, right there.
In order to have anything in this world, you must speak up on it.
And this is the Con K Show. Here's what we speak up on, and we come to you Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hey, look here. Appreciate y'all tapping in, and we're gonna see y'all tomorrow. No problem. All right?
Good out there.
Y'all be good out there now.
We out.